Viewers, what was suspected, what was feared, has been confirmed today. Health officials have linked the sudden spurt in infections to the Markaz that was held mid-March in Delhi's Nizamuddin area. Many of the cases that we've seen over the last week and many more to come will be traced back to the congregation that was essentially illegal, viewers. Listen in to India's Medical Health Bulletin that confirms what we've been saying to you over the last 3 days.
कल से आज तक में 386 दैट इज 386 नए पॉजिटिव केसेस आए हैं, जिसमें एक मुख्य कारण है कि तबलीगी जमात के जो मेंबर्स थे वो देश में जब उन्होंने भ्रमण किया तो उसके द्वारा केसेस फैले हैं। जहां पर भी ये पॉजिटिव केसेस पाए गए हैं वहां स्टेट्स को हमने नोटिफाई किया है कि वो एक इंटेंसिव ड्राइव लें ताकि सभी कंसर्न जो लोग हैं उनको हम ट्रेस कर सकें, उनकी जांच करें। जो भी ये नंबर इंक्रीज हुआ है पिछले कुछ दिनों के कंपैरिजन से देखें तो ये एक नेशनल ट्रेंड को रिप्रेजेंट नहीं करता।
Remember, viewers, the Tablighi Jamaat congregation violated several orders and the head of the Markaz was allegedly even heard on tape misguiding the attendees to ignore the self-distancing measures put in place by suggesting that these were part of a conspiracy against Muslims in general. Listen to what he had said yesterday. Listen very closely.
को अमल से रोकने और बखेरने का, ताकि इनके दिलों में हमेशा के लिए ये बात बैठ जाए कि भाई बीमारी उड़कर लगती है, किसी से मुसाफा न करो, बीमारी लग जाएगी, किसी के पास तिलका मत जाओ, किसी के पास मत बैठो। अरे आज अगर इस बीमारी की वजह से मुसलमान का अकीदा बन जाता है, बीमारी खत्म हो जाएगी, मगर ये अकीदा खत्म नहीं होने का, ये गुजर जाएगी बीमारी। लेकिन तुम्हारे माशरे के आदाब, तुम्हारे साथ बैठना, एक प्लेट में खाना, इसका असर मुद्दत हो क्या शायद कभी खत्म ना हो कि लोग ये समझे कि ऐसा ना हो जब भी मिलेंगे बीमारी वापस आ जाएगी। वो तो मुसलमानों की दरमियान तफरीक पैदा करने, इनके दरमियान की मोहब्बतें खत्म करने के लिए एक प्रोग्राम बनाया गया है।
There you go, viewers. This is what was said yesterday. Of course, the police have booked the Maulana and are hunting for other members of the congregation who refuse to cooperate. Unfortunately, many of them, including Maulana Saad, are nowhere to be found. Police sources have told Times Now that these individuals may be hiding out in safe houses. Yes, Maulana Saad missing after FIR for violating the lockdown. Some of the Tablighis have hidden their travel history. Jammu and Kashmir government attendees hid travel history, didn't even quarantine. There are several such individuals who have done so. Look at the cramped conditions under which they were staying in the Markaz. They kept telling us that they had followed all the norms. But the video evidence suggests otherwise. Just look at them. They're packed like sardines in there. MHA advisory to states to check if norms were violated. Initial report now suggests that mostly on tourist visa, not as missionaries. So they even violated visa conditions, viewers. Around 40 attendees fled from Zakir Nagar Mosque. And they have gone in all sorts of different, let me tell you, all sorts of different transport. Now, given that it's a race against time for India to battle the corona spread, it is vital to trace and test all those who attended the Markaz but irresponsibly dispersed to other parts of the country. The hunt for the attendees won't be easy. 3,400 attended the Tablighi Markaz from 18 states. At least 344 foreigners were also present at the Markaz. These individuals have dispersed via 5 trains, planes, buses, cabs, infecting hundreds along the way. Here's a quick account, viewers. I put it together for you. Listen to this. Listen to this closely. These are our reporters who have been tracking some of these individuals who have fled. And let me tell you, 81%, and I'm going to pull up that graphic, the Markaz increased infection rate graphic. You have a look at it for yourselves, viewers. In Tamil Nadu, there are 234 cases. 234. Remember the word. 190 are linked to the Jamaat. 190 are linked to the Jamaat, viewers. That means 81% of them. Delhi, 20%. Tamil Nadu, 81%. I mean, look at the numbers. Andhra Pradesh, 80% are linked to the Tablighis. Jammu and Kashmir, 42%. Telangana, 21%. Andaman and Nicobar, their total 10 cases, 9 are linked to the Tablighi. That's 90%. Simple maths, viewers. Puducherry, 66%. Small states, some of them, but some of them are not. We're still trying to determine numbers in Maharashtra, which is fast turning out to becoming a hotspot. Now let me, viewers, as I said, give you a roundup from these states. Listen into these reports.
This is the Markaz, and these are the top angle view of this Markaz, where around 3,400 people were living. This is the bird eye view of this Markaz, which is being looked by the CCTV cameras of these drones.
Right now we are in South Delhi's Bari Masjid in Hauz Rani. This is one such location where people and followers who must have attended that huge congregation in Nizamuddin have come here and stayed in this mosque or visited this mosque. And for now authorities have sealed all those mosques and they are checking as to no one really goes inside.
One of the areas where people who had attended the gathering had come to is Antop Hill in Mumbai, is what we are being told. So contact tracing is on in this area. Not just that, the government is yet to release the full list or full number of people who actually might have attended or have come into contact with people who had attended the Tablighi Jamaat.
Now, viewers, hundreds of cases are going to be traced back to this gathering there. Hundreds of them. The Minority Affairs Minister at the center has likened the Tabligh Jamaat to the Taliban. That's what he's saying. He's taken a very definitive position. He's saying that it's unacceptable, this level of subterfuge. Many others today are calling for a ban on the Tabligh Jamaat. But opposition and voices from the Lutyens lobby, viewers, have backed this congregation, the Jamaat, calling the crackdown upon them a case of Islamophobia. Listen to this.
ये शुद्ध रूप से तबलीगी जमात का तालिबानी जुर्म है। इस तरह के आपराधिक कृति को किसी भी तरह से न नज़रअंदाज किया जा सकता है और न माफ़ किया जा सकता है। जिस तरह से कितने लोगों की जिंदगियां, कितने लोगों की जानों को इन्होंने खतरे में डाला, इसका अंदाजा लगाया जा सकता है। और लापरवाही हम नहीं, बल्कि इसको कहीं ना कहीं जो है वो जानबूझ करके इस तरह की चीजों को किया गया है।
What was the Nizamuddin police station doing? Were they not knowing that next door, because Nizamuddin police station, I'm told, is just next door, close to the Markaz. Their men are not moving around to see that nobody flouts the directives of the Prime Minister. What were they doing? The police have also failed, as a matter of fact. The airport authorities have also failed. But I'm saying that they alone are not to be isolated and blamed for this plight that is throughout the country, and they alone cannot be simply labeled as terrorists or anti-nationalists.
Viewers, who is really playing a vicious hand here? You tell me, viewers, when several people are dead because of you and your irresponsibility, and I'm referring to this group, this congregation, when several others are testing positive, what action do you think should be taken? I think the strictest action should be taken. Till now, there's not even been an apology from this group. there's not been an admission that, look, we messed up. We're ready to atone. The people who are heading this Markaz are on the run, like common criminals. Why? If their conscience is guilt-free, why aren't they submitting themselves to the law? What's there to be afraid of? And I want to present certain facts. The Markaz leader on the tape asked followers to defy the lockdown. The spin is, it's termed as a concerted campaign of Islamophobia. So, anyone advocating a punishment for this willful defiance is going to be now bracketed an Islamophobe. Is open defiance by Markaz boss a media campaign? What is that? Some of these very individuals who were raising this question about Islamophobia, viewers, let me tell you, were questioning Yogi Adityanath because he took a few days, more than necessary, according to them, to cancel the Ram Navami Mela. A large number of them were questioning why Hindu temples were open at that time. At that time, they were very vociferous. Today, they're silent. Why? These are questions, and I want to open them out, viewers. There are several other facts that will appear on your screens. You can read them, judge them for yourselves. They're backed by questions, but I want to open this out. And I want to ask some basic questions. I want to begin with Dr. Anand Ranganathan and also Majid Memon, MP of the Rajya Sabha. Majid Memon Saab, why are we being selective, sir? Why are we seeing this strange advancement of an Islamophobia argument? Explain to me.
Let me tell your viewers that I am least supporting or defending the flouting or breaching of the rules by those Muslims who had gathered there from different parts, not only of India, but even from abroad. You see, but I have got two questions to be placed before the whole country. Number one is that the people who came from abroad, I'll give you the breakup. 72 people from Indonesia, 71 from Thailand, 34 from Sri Lanka, 20 from Malaysia, 28 from Kyrgyzstan, 19 from Nepal, etc., etc. Now, they all are supposed to have entered India somewhere in second week of March, when everything was so hot. Why were they not tested at the airport? Why were they not examined before they were allowed to move to Nizamuddin or elsewhere in India and imperiling, the Indian atmosphere? Number two, that Union Minority Minister, I'm aghast to find that he calls them Taliban. Well, I can't understand or justify what does he mean. Are they terrorists? Are they anti-nationals? Have they done something to harm people or kill people voluntarily, willingly, advertently?
Let me get a reaction.
He should have some sense when he talks about it. He's only creating poison in the Indian atmosphere where Hindus, Muslims, etc. have absolutely no distinction as far as fighting this pandemic is concerned. There are lapses committed by these gentlemen who have assembled there. But at the same time, you will find that there were assemblies. There were 300 or more people for the swearing in of Chauhan's
again, this
during these times of when
Sir, again,
144.
I am seeing that there is this attempt at trying to draw false equivalences constantly. Sir, that various norms beginning from March 11 have been defied. All these norms have been defied. When these political leaders gathered, this channel and a large number of you attacked them. But look at the way you are, sir, today creating or trying to create benefit of doubt for these individuals. Look at the way, sir, they were packed in. And these are visuals that have come from inside during those days. This is called social distancing. Is this social distancing? When a celebrity did the rounds of Lutyens and also of Lucknow, not only this channel, but all of you out there accused netas of fraternizing and destroying the ethos on which our social distancing project was to be based. But look at you today. What has changed? Dr. Patra, they are attacking your minister. They are saying the minority affairs minister is way out of line. Could you put his remarks in context?
That all this was not done voluntarily, all this was done unintentionally is factually wrong. Let me put 4 questions and I believe that will solve the purpose. Question number 1, had it been unintentionally done, I mean the intention was to cure corona, to fight against corona, then what we heard on your channel, the kind of speech that was given by Maulana Saad, that ये तो मुस्लिमों को अलग करने के लिए षड्यंत्र है, ये तो मुसलमानों को तोड़ देगी, उसी डॉक्टर पे विश्वास करो जो डॉक्टर अल्लाह से डरता है, बाकी किसी डॉक्टर पे विश्वास करने की जरूरत नहीं है, कोरोना आपका कुछ नहीं करेगी और मरना है तो मस्जिद से अच्छी जगह मरने के लिए नहीं है. These are all statements of Maulana Saad, who was heading the conglomeration, number 1. Number 2, if their intention was so good, if they were voluntarily not trying to in fact cause any kind of damage, then why abscond? Why not submit yourself to the police and please give them the list of the people who have in fact scattered across the length and breadth of this country. Tell them the addresses of where the people are so that at least we can trace them and we can treat them and we can prevent the spread of the disease. Number 2. Number 3rd question is, why flaunt the visa rules? You were all supposed to apply under the missionary visa, but all of these foreigners, 500 approximately, they simultaneously apply under the tourist visa. So all this was planned. I am not alleging anything, but I'm saying that why this? Why flaunt the rules? Number 4 and lastly, today I was watching Times Now in the evening and I was aghast when I saw what was happening in one of the places in Bihar. I saw that when police went to a masjid to catch hold of these people who had come to Bihar from Tablighi Markaz, then they were fired upon. The police was fired upon, the stones were pelted upon the police, and it is not just in Madhubani in Bihar. It was happening in Ahmedabad, it was happening across the country.
So let me ask.
Why?
Majid Saab.
Is this not Talibani?
Okay. I want to ask you, you've probably heard these arguments. They have been extended earlier also, all through the day. Now you say that the Markaz attendees are the victims and deserve compassion. But we heard their leader asking the followers to defy and terming the pandemic as a conspiracy to separate Muslims and make them untouchable. The organized defied police appeals. I showed you a clip of that and defied yesterday and defied Delhi government orders. How can you still defend them, sir?
No, see, I'm not talking in terms of Muslims alone. I'm talking in terms of each and every coronavirus patient or anyone who is suspected to be suffering from this ailment. It is applicable to everyone. That they should also be considered not as untouchables. They should not be considered, looked at with hatred or contempt. As I said in my tweet, they are the victims. They may not have committed any mistake and yet they may have attracted this ailment. But then we need to, the doctors and the nurses are doing a great job. All paramilitary people are doing a great job. The police are doing a great job. We would salute them day in and day out. We appreciate at the risk of their own lives, they are coming forward for service like Florence Nightingale and Dr. Putnis have said. And therefore, we should consider that patients also psychologically suffer.
Sir, please.
They have also fear of death.
There is a degree.
Politely. They have to be dealt with in a compassionate manner. This is what I have suggested, and it doesn't apply to Muslims alone.
Sir, whataboutery. This is whataboutery. I thank you for joining us. I want to bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan at this point. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I don't think anyone today is singling out these individuals on the basis of their religion. I think what we are singling them out for is an abject disregard, almost bordering on the criminal. In fact, because they have been booked under sections of the IPC, it is criminal in the eyes of the law. Criminal disregard, therefore, allegedly, of every basic civility. Forget about anything else. Civility towards your fellow Indian.
Absolutely.
This is where the problem is. And look at the disregard, the impunity, not even an apology, for God's sakes.
Yeah, good evening, Rahul. I'm just astonished by the defense. Tablighi is now responsible for the largest single-day increase in Indian COVID cases. That Nizamuddin building was a corona island. We have seen how 2,000 people gathered in complete violation of more than a dozen state and central orders. We have watched how they disregarded all pleas from the police.
Look at the
We
pictures.
have heard how their chieftain, as told by Dr. Patra, dismissed corona as a conspiracy to divide Muslims.
Yeah.
And while I put the responsibility of this catastrophe on those whose job it is to uphold Indian law, not by pleading or requesting but by acting, I am astonished at seeing so many come to the defense of Tablighi. And these are the same people who clowns, who mock as whataboutery whenever cornered on selectivity. And now that's their only defense. What about temple gatherings? What about Shivraj Singh Chauhan and his MLAs, they ask? They should know that all Indians were repulsed by the scenes in Kerala and those in MP. In fact, Rahul, you ran a whole program on it. And I was on that program and I asked for an FIR to be registered against Mr. Chauhan for his actions.
Yes.
Truth is, the defenders of Tablighi are the ones who see corona through the religious lens. Their swords would have been out had this happened in Kumbh Mela. Please give me 20 more seconds. I confess that at times one is envious of this religious brotherhood, the so-called Ummah. You can commit any mistake, but you will always have folks standing in solidarity, defending the indefensible, intent upon proving right. Dr. Ambedkar, who said, and I quote, Islam is a close corporation and the brotherhood of Islam is not the universal brotherhood of man. It is brotherhood of Muslims only. There is a fraternity, but its benefit is confined to those who within that corporation. For those who are outside that corporation, there is nothing but contempt and enmity. Don't prove Dr. Ambedkar right at this critical juncture.
Okay. Very impassioned words. Mujibur Rahman, spokesperson of the Tablighi Jamaat, is here with us. Sir, I want to ask you a simple question. मान लिया सर कि आप लोगों में कोई malevolence नहीं था, आप लोग कर रहे थे जो आपके अनुसार ठीक था और जो आप सालाना करते हैं और रेगुलरली करते हैं, चलो मान लिया. आज की डेट में, in today's day, I'm asking you this. If you're so innocent, where is your leader?
First of all, Rahul, I will tell you one thing.
कहाँ भाग गए वो?
We were not doing anything. Jamaat was not doing any event there. There was no gathering. But Jamaat is a hostel-like structure where people come from different states, from different countries. They stay there for weeks, for days. And that's why there were always, in routine time, there were always 6,000, 7,000 people.
Where is your leader?
Let me tell you one thing. And there always,
I don't care, sir, right now. 1 minute, 1 minute. You have defied, you could have, listen to me, stop. Sir, please.
1 second.
No, this whataboutery is not going to work here. Please. I'm asking you specific questions tonight. Yesterday, you didn't answer my specific questions. Had this been Kumbh, had this been Ram Navami Mela, had this happened there, आप सब लोग कहते कि कितने बुरे कर्म किए इन लोगों ने. How they have jeopardized our entire fight against corona. You would have been the first person. Now I'm asking you a simple question tonight. Where is your leader? Where is your leader? Why isn't he giving himself up? Where are the others that have fled? I'm asking you, sir.
And it's just they are being treated as accused.
I am asking you.
They are victims.
आप अपने आप को innocent साबित कर सकते हैं, but आप, where are you? आप किधर हैं? Where is your leader? Tell me this.
He is at his place, whatever he should be. No one is looking for him.
Why? There is an arrest warrant out for him. Why isn't he submitting himself to the law? You can go to the courts, you can submit your response. Where is your leader? What is he hiding from? Where is he hiding? What does he have to hide? I'm asking you this question and explain to me these visuals that I'm seeing.
He is on the run.
Explain to me, sir, these visuals. ये क्या आप कर रहे हैं वहां पर? Social distancing. शर्म नहीं आती आपको?
When the Jamaat
is this social distancing?
Jamaat approached to the police station
Sir,
on 23rd of March.
Do you not know that on March 13th the Delhi government had imposed a curb on the number of people that could assemble in one place? You knew it. It was announced by Arvind Kejriwal. Malls were shut. Cinema halls were shut.
It was not a mosque. I told you. It was not.
Arey bhai, when malls were shut, cinema halls were shut. What is a hostel?
The Markaz people.
Restaurants were shut. Pubs were shut. Hotels were told.
24/7. Just accept.
You have lied to India, sir.
Rahul,
and you are still lying to India.
Accept the fact that it's an hostel.
You are committing, sir, a felony on air right now.
Markaz where people live for 24/7, and it's a rotation. Just accept
rotation under corona. Rotation. You want to spread it?
Time. You cannot equate the people in.
I believe, sir. I believe that for this transgression, nothing less than a ban should be imposed on your organization for a period of 1 year till you sort it out. I want to bring in Tariq Fateh Saab. I want to bring in Nishant Verma Saab. You have heard Tariq Fateh, this gentleman, this fount of all knowledge. How do you respond to him today?
Tablighi Jamaat's methodology, that is correct. I have family members who are in the Tabligh, and they simply don't, they are a non-political group, but they are lately, if you read Sushant Sarin's latest article on ORF, they are being heavily politicized in a recent past. And this notion that ये अल्लाह की तरफ से मुसलमानों को protection है, and another thing that is being said कि ये conspiracy है इजराइल की, यहूदियों की, ये conspiracy चीन की है मुसलमानों को बर्बाद करने के लिए. All these things are being channeled down to a community that is completely always told that they are subject to destruction by the enemies of Islam. ये जो काफिर हैं, इनको हमने तबलीग करके मुसलमान बनाना है. The very basis of Tablighi Jamaat is to convert all of India into the Islamic real. What Dr. Ambedkar also said. Now, considering that, there's a paucity of leadership in the Muslim community in India.
They should get rid of people who have so much hate for their own country and their own.
Well, sir, look, Tariq Saab, I'll tell you one thing. I don't want to go into the motivations. I know there is a history to Tablighi Jamaat. I mean, I have done a lot of research. There's a 9/11 connection. There's an Al-Qaeda link. There's a visa conduit link. There's terror in India link. There's a global jihad role. It's all here. We have put it all out. I understand all of that. I am not here to impugn a particular community and suggest that these individuals are representative of some sort of, malevolent mindset. All I am worried about right now is that these individuals, and I'm bringing in Shoaib Jamai, who has also attended this, and he is also the convener and spokesperson of Shaheen Bagh. So he went from one to the other, and these are the individuals who really risked lives of their fellow citizens. Shoaib Jamai, I want to ask you, Saab, आज आपको, you are not at all sorry. Are you not sorry?
Rahul,
इतनी इंसानियत नहीं है आप में.
That these are the tough time for Muslims in India.
Don't do this. I have not mentioned your religion. I have not mentioned, sir, anything to do with your faith. I have only called upon you as citizens of this country, a secular India, to observe, sir, very importantly, a common civility. We exist in a social contract. It appears to me that you don't. So don't make this about Hindu and Muslim. I will not allow you. अब आप मुझे जवाब दीजिए कि आप as a इंसान, as a human, don't you feel any compassion for your brother humans? Are you not at all apologetic and sorry for the mistakes that have been committed by you? Just answer me that question at a human level. Forget about anything else.
No, I firmly believe that the Muslims and the Muslim organization has been continuously been targeted by in this Modi regime, and these are the tough times for the Muslims in India. Hello.
देखिए, I am only asking you, sir. I am not making this Hindu and Muslim. Don't sit here and make this about Hindus and Muslims. I have told you already that when it came to questioning the governments about their own political gatherings, Times Now attacked and questioned. At that time, no one said. None of you said.
Of course.
No, 1 minute. Don't do of course with me, okay? You are on Times Now here. Do you understand? You are not on some Sarak Chap channel. Do you understand this? You're talking to individuals who have principles, and I'm asking you as a principled Indian, do you not even have a little bit of compassion for the families of those 10 people who have died because they got exposed to your gathering? Do you not have it in you?
How could you say that they have been... No, how could you say that they have been infected at the Markaz only? They can be infected during their traveling, with their traveling history. How could you say it? Because in Delhi there is no positive cases of the corona from the Nizamuddin Markaz, which has been come out
What are you
yesterday.
talking about, sir?
It has been confirmed by
What
Dr.
are you
Sanjeev
talking about?
That
there are people sick.
corona positive cases has been found.
What are you
from
talking
the
about?
Of Tablighi
Do you
Jamaat
not even
who has
understand the
came out
basics of
yesterday.
science? Dr.
This is
Anand
the
Ranganathan
fact.
explained to
And
this
you
gentleman
media channels
who is
are
steeped in
propagating the lies.
some sort of, I don't know,
You media
first
channels
century.
are propagating the lies.
No, 1
without
second. First
verifying
century
the things.
understanding of biology.
Dr.
Explain to
Sanjay
this
Kumar
individual
has-
that you can be a
Dr. Sanjay
carrier.
Kumar has
You have come from
confirmed
abroad.
that there
Several
is
of your
no
colleagues
any-
who have come from abroad
Let
and
me-
tested
let me
positive.
repeat.
Where do you think they brought it from? From
any
space?
Positive corona cases.
Listen,
of
sir,
the
please,
Nizamuddin
I don't want to
Tablighi
have a
Markaz,
conversation
which
with
has
you.
been
You disgust me. I'm
Just-
sorry.
Arnab, I'm just...
Shoaib Jamai, you have no compassion. You lie. You misrepresent.
Rahul,
You have no credibility.
Allow me a second. Allow me.
Yeah, Dr. Patra. Yes.
It is
Ban them.
Anand's term. Anand should speak, but I'll just take 1 second. I have a strong objection. In these hours of peril, I firmly believe that people like these should not be allowed in the channels because they spread all kind of fakery.
You're
And
right.
only
This
yesterday
is
Supreme
complete
Court has
fake
come up with
news.
a-
The man is trying to incite communal passions. We should shut him down. I want to bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. I think you made your point. I want to bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Nishant Verma is also waiting in the wings, but Dr. Anand Ranganathan, make your point.
Yeah, Rahul, I'm not very sure if this gentleman who was there previously has been following the developments happening all around the world for the last 2.5 months. Does he even know of patient number 31 of South Korea? Within a span of a week, that patient touched 2 clusters, single person, woman, contacted 1,037 people, and 80% of all COVID corona cases in South Korea are because of her. I mean, I'm astonished by hearing what this gentleman has been saying, that, how do you know that all the cases would be... They say, today, more than 300 cases. There is a single largest increase in the Indian COVID cases. And it is only because of the Tablighi Jamaat.
Yes, but doctor,
And
let me tell you, some of these individuals who came from abroad and attended
they are the
this...
ones who bring religion into it.
And no, 1 second. Some of these individuals who came on tourist visas, when they were doing missionary activity in this country, first of all, tested positive. And you know that the regulation there was clear that they needed to go straight into quarantine and self-isolation. So there is all that fact. And Nishant Verma, today I'm only asking for contrition. I'm not asking for anything more. Just basic contrition. An apology. Is that difficult?
Okay. Thank you. Let me know when to start.
Go ahead.
May I?
Yes.
Thank you. The only man who should apologize to this country is Mr. Narendra Modi. I recollect 13th of March 2020 on your program, the same time, we were discussing coronavirus. Rahul ji, I remember very well because yesterday I pulled out the old video.
Listen, 1 second, Nishant Verma, 24 cases. Now, you know, 1 minute, listen to me. 24 cases, 24 cases. Arvind Kejriwal has come out and stated very clearly are linked to the Markaz. Now, either Arvind Kejriwal is lying, or you are lying, or Mr. Jamaat is lying, or Mr. Mujibur Rahman, spokesperson of Tablighi Jamaat is lying. Who is lying? Arvind Kejriwal is lying?
May I complete, sir?
No, I'm asking you this question.
Will you give me 30 seconds after 30 minutes of the program?
I'm only asking you one question. Can you answer me that question? Do you think an apology at the very least is deserved?
I'm answering that question.
I'm only asking you that question.
The question will be asked in your style. The answer will be given in my manner. You need to allow me to answer in my manner. Yes or no, sir?
Your manner, sir, is dilatory. Your manner, sir, is actually, unfortunately, malicious. Your manner, sir, has been characteristically, sir, anti a particular community, anti a particular. No, 1 minute. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you.
Debate when you don't even give me 30 seconds.
Nishant Verma, the question is simple. Your answer is going to go all over the world because you don't have an answer.
Why are you concluding? Okay. Let me talk.
Go ahead.
Let me talk.
Go ahead.
Why are you concluding and judging, sir?
Go ahead.
Kindly. Go ahead. On 24th of February, 125,000 people had no social distancing norms. Although on 30th of January 2020, WHO clarified social distancing. On 22nd of January, previous to that, Mr. Trump, the President of America, was told by his experts in US that, guys, this is very serious. Nobody took it for the seriousness. 125,000 people in Ahmedabad, in one stadium, no social distancing. And Rahul ji, people involved in that entire environment. आप पता करिए कितने लोग उनकी वजह से आज कोरोना पॉजिटिव हैं. The only man who needs to apologize after that also is, next is Amit Shah.
Okay,
because
1 minute.
Listen,
you are a hopeless, sir, case. Hopeless arguer of a case. You are going so far back in time. Don't you know? 1 minute. Now let me come in here. I've heard your bilge. You vomit every night. Okay? Now you listen to me. You have gone so far back in time. Do you know how many days, sir, it takes for the first coronavirus symptom to emerge? It takes a maximum of 14 to 18 days. When was our first case? Do I need to tell you this?
January.
Do you know who it was?
March.
Do you know who it was? It was the gentleman who joined me on my debate yesterday. And you know where he got it from? He got it from America. And if all these things you say were in the public domain, why was this hostel running? So-called hostel. Why was it running? Why did it have 3,000 people inside it? You will not see that. Nishant Verma, you will not see that because you are blighted. You are blighted by a disease, and that disease is selectivism. It is, 1 minute, discrimination. It is, sir, malicious, malevolent misinformation. That is what you suffer from, sir. And this is going to be This is going to be the ruin of our fight with people like you. With people like you, sir. And I just hope and pray. 1 minute, don't argue and shout on top of me. You are a liar. You are a liar. You don't get to the point. You obfuscate. You don't have the guts to be apologetic about the people who have lost their loved ones. You have no compassion in your body. You have no compassion in your soul. You have no compassion in your bones. You are a fraud. Now wait a minute. I want to bring in 1 second. I want to bring in 1 minute. I want to lower his fader. I don't want him to talk over mine. 1 minute. I want to bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, yes, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, can the camera please zoom into this? you know, they keep on talking about us being Islamophobic. This is from the Islamic country, Malaysia. Can you see the difference between the normal cases and those who are found COVID positive, the Tablighi cases?
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Will this Tablighi person apologize now for calling everyone Islamophobic?
The red spike.
This is a Muslim country.
The red
what do you have
spike
to say
is
now?
the Tablighi
They are
case.
taking stricter measures against Tablighi than we are.
Yes. That red spike is the Tablighi case. Now that country is also, of course, according to people like Nishant Verma, run
nonsense.
by Narendra Modi. I think, Dr. Anand Nanganathan, you settled this debate. You have settled this debate tonight. And I have really no sympathy at all for these individuals. The residual sympathy, the residual perhaps urge within me to give them the benefit of the doubt has also today escaped. I'm actually shocked. I'm actually shocked. And I'll leave you, Mujibur Rahman, with one question to ponder. You have the guilt, sir, of condemning a large number of Indians to a disease that has no cure. That will weigh heavily on your conscience, sir. Not mine, yours. Yours, Maulana Saad's, and all the other chaps who were there, hold up, doing what they should not have been doing. It's on your conscience, sir. I leave it at this. I leave it at this. As a fellow Indian, my only advice to you is to come out and apologize. At least show that much decency. I'm sure you can't. I'm sure you can't, because by now Maulana Saad would have come out of his rat hole where he is today, holed up and hiding from the law. Shocking. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. I need to move on, viewers.